Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today my topic of discussion is gametogenesis. As you can already see that the word gametogenesis is actually a combination of two different words. One is gamete and the other is genesis. The word gamete is actually a mature haploid germ cell that can be either male or it can be female, and this gamete is actually able to unite with the gamete of the opposite gender in the process of fertilization in order to produce a zygote. Genesis, as we already know, that genesis means formation or process of production. So, what is gametogenesis? Gametogenesis is actually a process in which a germ cell is converted into a mature gamete. Now, coming towards the gender-wise classification of gametogenesis, which means that if the process of gametogenesis is taking place in the human body of a male, then this process is known as spermatogenesis. Likewise, if the process of gametogenesis is taking place in the human body of a female, then this process is known as oogenesis. Now, coming towards the main general features of spermatogenesis and oogenesis, as you can already see in this diagram that spermatogenesis is actually the formation of mature sperm cells from spermatogonium. As we already talked about that what is gametogenesis, it is actually the conversion of germ cells into mature gamete cells. So when this process takes place in the human male body, this is known as spermatogenesis. Spermatogonium in this case is the germ cell, the stem germ cell that will give rise to mature sperm cells. The spermatogonium, that is the stem germ cells of the human body, they are present in the seminiferous tubules of the testes of the males, and these are diploid in nature. Diploid means that this spermatogonium contains two sets of chromosomes in them. Likewise, when we talk about the oogenesis, so the stem germ cell of the oogenesis in the female body is the oogonium. This oogonium, as similar to the spermatogonium, is also diploid. It means that it has two sets of chromosomes in them. The spermatogonium and the oogonium, by the process of spermatogenesis and oogenesis respectively, will be converted into the sperm cells and mature oocytes. The sperm cell is haploid. It means that it has only one set of chromosome in it. And similarly, the mature oocyte or mature ovum is also haploid. It means that it also has a single set of chromosome in it. After discussion of the main points of oogenesis and spermatogenesis, now we'll discuss some differences in these two processes. The spermatogenesis is actually taking place after birth. It does not take place in the human male body before birth. On the other hand, the oogenesis is actually a process that can be divided into two stages. One is prenatal and the other is postnatal. It means that the process of formation of oocyte takes place in the human female body even before birth, and its completion takes place after birth. Even you can say that its completion takes place even after the fertilization. The oogenesis actually takes place inside the ovaries of the females, whereas the spermatogenesis takes place in the seminiferous tubules of the testes. The stem cells of the spermatogenesis are the spermatogonia, whereas those of the oogenesis are the oogonia. These two spermatogonia and oogonia both are diploid cells. The spermatogenesis is actually a male meiosis process. As we already know that meiosis is divided into two sessions or two parts. One is meiosis 1 and the other is meiosis 2. Both meiosis 1 and 2 takes place inside the Sertoli cells of the seminiferous tubules of the males, and they take place after the puberty. On the other hand, if we talk about the oogenesis, so it is a female meiosis process, and similarly it is divided into two sessions, part 1 and part 2. But the meiosis 1 of the oogenesis takes place before birth, and its completion is done after birth at the time of puberty. These are some general points regarding the gametogenesis. Now in my next video, I'll discuss the spermatogenesis and oogenesis separately in a detailed session. Thank you.